Well guys, Black Scout Survival Truck Talk. It's been quite some time since we've had a truck talk. I want to give you one of the best pieces of advice you'll ever hear. And that is, be careful who you get your advice from. And you may think immediately, man, that sounds pretty contradictory, right? But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people that give you advice, one, may not have your best interests at heart, okay? And they may be trying to tell you things to actually harm you. Maybe you've ever come across someone who actually gives advice, but they're trying to cut you down with the advice, right? That happens to a lot of us. Probably throughout your life, you can recognize people like that, people that are undercover haters that are your friends. See it all the time. I've had it, you know, people that claim to be your friends, but they're absolutely haters. Then the biggest part of this, number two, is that how are these people credible? Is this someone I should be taking advice from? You know, you take a snapshot, look at someone's life, right? It's kind of like having a personal trainer that's, you know, 400 pounds and obese, right? Why would you take advice from them? Okay. And that's the one joke I always say when people are like, hey man, I'm looking for a personal trainer. I said, find the one that you want to look like. The same principle applies to taking advice. Do you want your life to look like that person? Are they successful in life? And success doesn't always equate to monetary gain, you know, how much money they have, how many nice things they have, but are they successful in the things that you find important? What you find success, I may view differently. So whatever you find value in, whether that's a great, you know, family man or woman, maybe they're good at a type of career field, maybe it's physical fitness, maybe, you know, they've been through a situation that you've been through, maybe you're going through a divorce, a bad breakup, or what have you, and you want to get advice from people that are successful, not dirtbags, not people that suck at the game of life. Usually the people that suck at the game of life are the ones that are always trying to give you advice. If you think about it in your life, the people that you come across in your day-to-day, maybe it's family, maybe it's friends, that tries to give you advice, and you look at their life and it's completely shambles, right? It's a mess. And you're like, why is this person giving me advice? Because typically that's what they do. Misery loves company. And usually people want to find other people to try to get them to be miserable as well, right? So they'll give you poor advice, you know. Let me just use an example of someone I know. There's this guy, him and his wife went through a situation, right, split up. He's taking care of the kids. Well, his family member tells him, and he makes a lot of money. He was actually a big time manager for a corporate chain that well known that you know, and his brother or brother-in-law tells him, oh, you should quit your job and homeschool your kids. So now he doesn't have any money coming in. He lost a position that he worked hard and a long time to get, because he's not, you know, he doesn't meet, I guess, the educational requirements typically for this position. So he worked his way up to this position. Now he lost it. He bailed on it to go homeschool his kids. Now, I'm all for homeschooling kids, and I think that's something that you should do. However, there are plenty of other ways that you could have made this happen than for you quitting your main source of income. It just doesn't make sense. Look through these things and filter this kind of stuff out. And the reason why is the brother, he's actually unemployed as well. Misery loves company. Do you want your life to emulate that person that's giving you advice? That's a big component, and I see it all the time. You know, there's so many instances as of lately as well. I'm even making this video. People that I know personally that have taken just very poor advice, and they don't listen. I had a buddy of mine actually came to me for advice, and I thought completely everything that he was doing, every decision he made, or the decision based off of what he was doing, any kind of way that he turned, it was going to turn out bad. And I said, dude, I don't think none of this is going to work out. And he said, well, I'm going for it anyway. I said, well, this is what I would do. I would take these various precautions because I think you're going to wind up in a bad situation. Well, lo and behold, 6 weeks later, he's in a horrible situation. He took none of the precautions I told him, And you know, he wound up really suffering, and still is, and probably going to take years to recover from it. So the thing is that, you know, especially a lot of people, they think they know better. You know, they don't want to seek advice. You need to find someone, you know, a mentor, someone that you can feel confident that they have your best interests at heart, man. And you can tell, you can pick it up. You'll know someone in your life that has your best interest or not, whether they're feeding you stuff to hurt you or feeding you stuff to help you. You'll be able to tell, right? And typically, like me, for example, I surround myself around people that are on a forward trajectory. Because if I fill my life with people that are in a downward spiral, eventually I will go that direction as well. So always fill my life with people that I respect, that are on a forward trajectory, that's trying to do better, whatever that is. Maybe it's leadership, maybe it's fitness, whatever it is, fighting, preparing, whatever that may be. Faith, God, whatever that may be. And bringing up faith in God, if you look throughout history, the most fiercest of warriors had faith. Okay, that is very big, because someone who has faith in God, they have to humble themselves. It's just a fact. A lot of times when I've had talks with atheists or people that don't believe in God, they will be very egotistical in their defense of there not being a God, right? So that's something else you have to look at. Is this a humble person, right? Can they put their ego in check? Because if they're giving you advice based on ego as well, that's another issue, right? Because they're giving you advice to try to, I guess, propel themselves. It's kind of like what the leftists do to their moral superiority over being more intellectual by these woke social justice Marxist ideologies. So again, and I'm making these videos because, you know, I'm older now, and a lot of things that I learned, you know, I learned some things young in life, but like discipline and the basics of these things. But a lot of these other things, like the social things, I learned later in life. And it was just basically me sitting back and watching people. You know, I've always been an introvert, where I don't fall into the traditional hierarchy. I'm a lone wolf, I guess you'd say. And so I just sit back and observe people and what they do. And a lot of times, and what you'll see in my videos, is that the logic that I bring is because that's exactly what I use as logic. What is the motivators of human nature, right? What is motivating this person to tell me this or do this, whether it's the government, a politician, an actor, whatever it may be, whoever this person is, there has to be a reasoning why, a logical reason why they would tell me these certain things. Is it to benefit them? Is it to benefit me? You name it. So you have to take all those things into consideration. But really the most important thing is really who you fill your life with, right? Because if you fill your life with a bunch of dirtbags, it's not, you know, on a forward trajectory, a course of trajectory, they're going to bring you down too. I see it all the time, right? One bad apple makes the whole bunch bad. You've heard those sort of things. So I would be very careful who I put in my life and who I had around me. I think that's very a big deal, you know. And some things you can change, some things you can't, maybe where you live at, but you can cut people out of your life. Like I see a lot of people think, oh, because this is my family, I can't cut. You can cut anybody out your life. That doesn't mean you don't love them, you don't care about them still, but you don't want these people in your life to bring you down or to continue to bring you down. And this goes for preparedness, this goes for society. Every day, you know, I lose a lot of hope in society. I'll always joke about being black-pilled because I see comments on YouTube. If you ever become an influencer, you'll see a lot of these comments that people, one, will spout off things that they believe they truly know, and they really have no idea what they're talking about. I see it all the time. It's absolutely hilarious. Like today, for example, on one of the posts we did, someone said there's absolutely no documents or studies proving that testosterone works. Well, I've done a video completely on it. There's actually tons of studies on testosterone actually compared to anabolic steroids and how well it does, almost in comparison to the milder anabolic steroids. So you know, it's just, and that's just an example of things I see, or people will say something about a survival technique, like why, you know, you don't do X, Y, and Z versus this. And it's like, well, I only shot a 60-second video, and you're proving to me that you absolutely know nothing about survival just by what you think, you know, is the right way to do something, when really I can tell you 15 other or 20 other reasons why what you said is wrong. So you'll see it all the time. You have these people out there, and it's really made me lose a lot of faith in humanity, to be honest with you. I would almost say that the worst thing you can do if you want to keep a positive outlook on our society and civilization is become an influencer, because you'll really notice the lack of common sense amongst the populace, you know. And I think probably a lot of these people are not really my followers. They're just people that just pop up and make a comment. Maybe they're just hate-filled or what have you. And that's the other thing you have to look out for, is hate-filled people. There's a lot of miserable people out there, and they want to just wreak havoc on everybody else's lives because they hate theirs as well. But again, I just wanted to share this with you guys, because anything I can do to help anyone out there, I feel like it's my duty to. And I wish that earlier on I had someone tell me these sort of things, these pieces of advice that would, you know, help me later. A lot of that I had to do by observation and learning on my own. But you know, I spend my life every day trying to be better than I was yesterday. And I think that's the only way we're going to win this battle of good and evil that we're facing. It's the only way we're going to win. And the more of you guys that I have with me that are on the same page, the better we are. So anyhow, guys, hope you enjoyed this truck talk. And always remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Take care.